Hi guys, welcome in. I'm going to just set everything up so I can see a little bit better. We're going to see how many people. I want a different stand for my laptop. I guess we can do it this way. Does it look okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know down in the chat. I'm going to try to. I have not. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Hi, KT. Can you guys hear me well or no? Good evening, Billy D. We're going to just be going over checklists, making sure everybody is prepared as much as possible before I launch out a video talking about the winter storms and everything going on. Okay, it's good. It's not too loud. Sometimes I get nervous when I haven't done a mic check. Hi, Joey. Hi, Christina. So, as we all know, there is pretty much another Arctic blast about to ravage the entire Midwest going to the East Coast. Hi, Angel Heart. Welcome in. Hi, Grandma Teresa. The sound is good. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate that. So, this morning we hosted a live over on TikTok and we were discussing all the items people need to have on hand and how you want to really go about it, and different ways to heat your home, different ways to stay warm, and ways to prevent cold from getting inside and to stay off the roads. So, we're going to go back over that entire list over here because I feel like there's so many people out there that have really never gone through a major winter storm, or they might have. Kelly, you're going to be right in the middle of the storm. Oh geez. Yeah. So we lived in Alaska for 2 years. We went through quite a few big freezes where we've even lost power, and making sure that everyone can stay warm is really crucial, especially since we know, what was it, 2021 is when the Texas freeze happened. And there was, I think, over 200 people who lost their lives because the grid system went down. And so we need to go over things such as using, an indoor buddy heater, the ones that are rated for indoors, not the outdoor ones, the indoor ones, making sure that you have extra CO2 alarms. Hi, Kelly. Welcome in. Making sure that you know how to stay warm, you know how to cook food safely, you know how to use and recharge all your devices before this storm hits. We just restocked our firewood. Very nice. Went through the Texas storm and I learned a lot of lessons. Yes. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are in business. Yes. Yes. So, making sure that you have fire extinguishers, understanding during the Texas freeze, there was a lot of lives lost due to carbon monoxide poisoning. So, know how to stay. No Walmart has no milk or no bread. Memphis Wendy, I do not understand why every time that there is a snowstorm, everyone gets all the supplies to make French toast. I just don't get it. And make sure you guys do hit that thumbs up button. We only have about 16 thumbs up buttons right now going for us. And there's about 52 of you guys in there. You're looking at a ton of snow, no ice. All right. So we're going to start just jumping right into it. I'm just going to go down some of the lists that I prepared this morning and we're going to just talk about it. First of all, you're going to have to think about, how does cold get inside your home? This doesn't have to be post-apocalyptic when it comes to prepping. This is basic things that everyone preps for. School's canceled. That's what the kids want for breakfast. Very nice, Christina. So, making sure that you know how to seal your home. So, if you do have saran wrap, you do have different things such as tinfoil. In Alaska, we like to use the car insulation for your windows on our windows. So, you're going to want to make sure that you actually seal the creaks around your house and around your door frame. Those are the biggest areas that are going to let in the most amount of cold. If you are prone to an area that loses power, you're going to want to make sure. I'm still laughing at what Christina had to say, but you're going to want to make sure that those gaps are filled in. And you're going to want to designate a room inside your house that you're going to want to keep the warmest no matter what if you're in a zone that is prone to power outages, such as ice on the power lines, etc. Now, something being from up north, I had never heard of exploding trees. And that was something we were really exploring because up in the north, you don't get exploding trees. You do get a lot of ice. Super One, groceries had sales, 99 hot dogs, 99-cent water. Started Wednesday and they were wiped out by lunch. I can agree. Like people are going to be panic buying. How many of you guys that are in the zone for this storm have seen empty shelves? I'm going to wait for all of you guys in the chat because I do know that there is a little bit of a delay between us in the chat. Wendy says she has. Yes. Low gain, 100%. So we do use heavy duty curtains, insulated curtains to keep warmth inside of our home. And we have put those over our doors before. You're avoiding grocery stores. I do not blame you. Cheryl says essentials are beer, wine, chips, Jimmy John's, and string cheese. Those are all great essentials. Making sure that you actually prepare like meals ready to eat. You're done, you're stocked up. I'm refusing to go to the store. How many of you guys have a buddy heater just in case? Today, bottled water was all gone in Kroger's, only a few left at Sam's. You're in North Carolina. Nice. I am a little bit jealous of you guys with the storm because we're in Utah and we're not getting any snow this winter, which is extremely weird. You have a fireplace here. You do have a buddy heater. Nice. Costco had plenty of toilet paper and paper towels, though. I know, right? So weird when you see different. The toilet paper apocalypse was just very interesting. Whole home generator, which is perfect. I do big and small buddy heater. South Carolina, we barely get snow, but just in case you do get snow, you're prepared for it. Exactly. And if you're not good at driving on the roads, make sure that you are staying off the roads, you guys. If you're not prone to driving in areas that get heavy snow, I recommend you don't drive. Just don't. Because emergency units are going to be overran. The circuits are going to be overran. Perfect. Okay, just so that we're all clear, because there are so many people that came in on TikTok, do not use a barbecuer inside your house. Please, for the love of God, don't do it. We're supposed to get snow this weekend. That's nice. Perfect. And you're prepared. Also, when you're running a generator, make sure that your exhaust is not facing the window because I know a lot of people like to run their cords through their window system. I'm looking at my window right now. A lot of people like to run their cord system through. Make sure the exhaust is not pointing towards it. Make sure that you have extra CO2 and carbon monoxide alarms. The ice, we are set for ice. That's what worries you. Yeah. You have a side by side with a plow. So do we. And one works on the other wrecker service. I have littles. I'm not driving anywhere until after Friday for anything. I'm good, Tiffany. How are you? So when we think about those reasons right there, is because the exhaust can get inside your house and you're going to want to keep those areas sealed up and not exposed. I do not miss the snow. I actually miss the snow. Hi, Matt. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, Deanna. So I really do miss the snow. The most snow we got in a 24-hour time frame in Alaska when we lived there was 7 feet. No, 6.5. It was like the heaviest was overnight was over like 3.5 feet. Sterno, yes. Sterno is great. Now, one of the reasons why Sterno is so great is it is safe for cooking indoors. It is safe and it is safe for warming food and it does provide a little bit of heat. If you're using something like a Vesta heater, then you can provide a little bit more heat for your house. But right now, people are not as prepared for the storm as it seems. I feel like YouTube, you guys are a lot more prepared than other places. TikTok is a jumbled mess. We move we are more geared for hurricanes, but have also that they canceled work, so I'm going to truck and read. I would love to get feet of snow. I'm jealous right now. And it makes me a little nervous that like Texas is like announced like their grid system is completely going to be fine to handle this. It was not fine in 2021 and honestly, I haven't heard many moves that they have made financially to repair their grid system. Jalapeno pepper is like Georgia boy checking in, and I'm actually hoping for some snow and ice. That's crazy. I love it though. We're tracking 18 inches in Pennsylvania. I heard Ohio's about to get 10 to 13. I know Massachusetts gonna get really hit hard. How many of you guys, what is the expected amount of snow for your area? And are you guys recharging your devices? I know a lot of you guys are going to have different devices. For instance, us, we have solar generators, and I want to make sure that everybody is kind of on the same page. Twelve to 18, the whole state, 4 to 10 inches, sleet and ice. They could totally fix it and upgrade it, and I have a feeling that they're trying to capitalize and say, "Yeah, everything is great and everything is fine," and realistically, it's not, and when this system or when this storm system moves in, then we're going to see a lot bigger of a crisis. We're expected -40 here in Wisconsin tomorrow with a wind chill, 5 to 10 inches. I wanna know why one of my eyes looks bigger than the other, guys. I'm, like, really struggling with that right now. I'm like, "Why does it look so off?" 1 to 2, ice, 1 to 5, and snow. -40, yeah, that's not fun. -40 is not fun, you guys. I've seen 12, 13 to 20 for us depending on its track. Okay, who are you using for tracking? Hi, Marianne, welcome in. There's some lag in the audio. Is that what's happening? Hold on. Is there a way to pause this? Should I switch to my phone? Let's switch to my phone and see if that fixes the audio lag. Is anybody else seeing any audio lag? Thank you so much, Knife. Yeah, it feels off. Audio is fine. No lag here. 1 degree for low. No, it's not lagging. Okay. No lag. So it's only lagging. It might be your connection. Okay. I was like, if there is a lag, I normally will pause the live and then fix it. Texas is going down. We share utility companies with those guys that were laughing hard at the Texas government and substations. Yeah. Yeah, I'm concerned, like, the overconfidence of some of the articles. Like, I've been reading and watching and everything, and just trying to make sure that people understand that there's so many things that you can do. You know, you want your carbon monoxide detectors, extra batteries, extension cords rated for outdoor cold use, hand warmers, heated blankets, alternative heat sources, extra blankets, sleeping bags. When times get really tough, you know, there's always, if you have a tent, you can put it in a small room. I would choose a room that only has one window or less. And then you can literally like have a slumber party inside the tent with a bunch of blankets and a bunch of pillows and sleeping bags to stay warm. It was mine. Oh, you exited and came back. Okay, you're good. It looks good. Okay, thank you though. Knife. I appreciate though that you told me because I do try to keep it going well. And over here, I don't feel like I have as many system checks. Mhm, you can throw hot hands in. Remember, when you start to get cold, hypothermia will actually slow down your brain function. If you have not been prone to doing a lot of outdoor activities in the cold, winter, hiking, backpacking, camping, hypothermia is the one that will get you the quickest. So staying warm is always the most important thing that you can do. Where do you check totals? Ours are all over the different places. Good to go in Wyoming, cowboy? Yeah, I feel that. In Utah here, I'm just a little jealous over everybody. Yes, make sure that you do lightly ventilate, yes. And make sure that you're using, like, so there is different types of buddy heaters out there. Use the indoor rated one only. Yeah, Ryan Hall is really great for tracking the weather. Making sure that you do have, if you have a generator, make sure that your exhaust is pointed away from your windows. You're gonna wanna really make sure that you are taking, like, safety to the precautions that you can. Montana is jealous too. I Hartford, we already have a forest fire here in Utah right now. I just got notified about it. I'm like, "We're gonna have a horrible fire we need snow." Like, we honestly need snow. One of the things though I did find as a flaw over on YouTube is when I was asking people where their flashlights were, people were like, "Oh, they're in my drawer. Oh, they're here. Oh, it's on my phone." Guys, I have to say this as much as I can. Your phone is not your flashlight. You cannot predict when the power goes out, and you're using one of your only resources for communication. Don't use that as your light. Use a flashlight. Know where they are. And instead of having them inside of cupboards, drawers, closets, all kinds of things, those are the things that I definitely noticed that a lot of people had going on is you want to make sure you have them out on the countertop. If you have small children, have games, board games, coloring books, this is not our first rodeo. You have ones mounted in dedicated spots. I love that. That is something that we do too. So for us, we always carry a flashlight with us, but also we have them in every single room. During a storm, I just move them out onto the countertops. Wow, that's amazing, Sperry. Keep an eye on snow buildup on southern homes. Most don't have a snow load rating. Yeah, that was one thing that I was really nervous of. So most of your roofs, just in general, can handle feet, like multiple feet of snow. In Alaska, the only time we ever got on our roof to like actually scrape the snow off of our roof is once we hit over the 4 feet mark. That's when we knew that it was too heavy, and we also have these heat lines that are draped across so that it can melt the snow down and slow entities, but it also causes icicles. Please, for the love of mercy, do not go outside looking at all the icicles. They are sharp, they will hurt you, and they are unpredictable. Everybody has extra batteries, right? You have batteries for everything, your headlamps, flashlights, lanterns. I feel like over here, you guys are a little bit more prepared than over on TikTok. TikTok, I just get pushed out to thousands of people and some people who don't prep at all. I feel like this has been such a good, productive conversation that we can like continue quickly and we don't have to dial back. Extra batteries, power banks. Who in here has already charged your power banks, your solar inverters? Have some mounted, but move to the counters. Yeah, when expecting a storm, yes. Maddie, isn't it interesting? Last snowstorm a few years ago, issues about falling trees and root systems, breaking water lines. Yep. That's a constant. Freezing trees will like actually snap off their branches. I have 3 flows, 600 watts for phone and flashlight charging. Perfect, Duck Rooster. We use a broom and a second floor window and knock down the icicles. Me, everything's charged. I'm obsessed with keeping them charged. Yep. So we have a dedicated day every single month that we recharge all devices. So my 300 Jackery right here, I have another 2000 over there. Those days, it's automatic. We just go and check and recharge. If for some weird reason you don't make it home, make sure you leave the tap slowly dripping so your pipes don't freeze. Yep, that one is a big one. I guess so, Evan. I've never seen an exploding tree. And that is the one that I was really curious about. Like, so the rumor is it's the sap or the moisture inside of the tree. We don't have that problem way up north. And so for that one, I'm like, that's pretty unpredictable. Yep. Make sure that you have buckets of water to flush. Yep. The biggest cause, so there was people who died and froze to death during the Texas freeze, and also a lot of carbon monoxide inhalation. A recharge day is day the insurance is due. Nice. They crack at the weak points. Okay. That's interesting knife. Yeah, no, I had never heard of snapping and breaking trees, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a new one." The last snowstorm you had thunder and lightning. That's so See, you guys live in such a unique area. But staying warm is really, really important. Make sure to double layer up. I don't know what kind of heating systems everybody has. In our old house, we had slow radiant heat. So when we had big storms come in, goal number one was to keep the cold from coming inside the house because slow radiant heat takes a lot longer for the area to warm up. Happens during a flash flood, the rapid expansion of the moisture inside. Huh. Interesting. And get out the board games if the power goes out to kill time. Exactly. And I recommend if you are in areas that were prone to losing power, do not get on your phone and scroll. This is a lifeline, not a toy. Pull out a board game, a puzzle, things like that. Save as much power as you can, especially if you do not have any rechargeable devices that will recharge your phone. Make sure you guys all know your NOAA, your weather stations. Destroyed a lot of trees and power lines. Now the power lines, because it gets so cold, it can disrupt power. What is it? 120 million that they're predicting to lose power? Is that what it is? Hold on. I think that's what I read. No, it's 120 million Americans are under a winter storm watch, with 48 million facing extreme cold as deep freezes across the US. That's what I read. I don't want to like misquote. And once again, it's a historical storm. That's what they're predicting is another historical. Who in here is tired of these once in a lifetime events? Yes, look outside after your pets that are outside, sheep, chickens, making sure that they have an area that they can get out of the wind, out of the exposure. Also bring your battery banks into your warm room, insulate them somehow. Cold can drain. One thing we do for our chickens when it's extremely cold, when like we're dropping temperatures rapidly, we actually just make oatmeal, warm oatmeal for our chickens. Me, welcome in, Britt. Yes, Britt. I'm trying to hit the storm, so I made sure I made some posts over on TikTok. I hit the storm talk this morning over there, and now I'm over here, and then we're gonna break down just different things that you guys can do if you don't have a checklist, if you're nervous, like, hey, I'm not sure. But I feel like YouTube, most people are a little bit more seasoned. TikTok, I get a lot more random people coming through. Cozy chickens, right? Well, remember, my neighbors complained about my chicken coop. It's a rundown coop, but everybody else likes to call it the chicken mansion. I've had enough once in a lifetime events to last a lifetime. I'm not going to lie. I have been very overwhelmed because I do host lives like 365 days. I'm trying to get more consistent over here on YouTube, but all of these once in a lifetime, never ending breaking news, new article, new political, new geopolitics, it is burning me up. Like every day of January, I feel like January's already been 5 years. Right, knife? I know, I feel kind of the same way. I'm like, I've gone through a lot of freezes, lost power quite a bit. Make sure you have extra fuel with your generators. If you don't have certain preps, see if your family does. See if you guys want to collab. Like at that point, community, that's when it's okay to share preps, right? Is natural disasters, those kind of things. It's not like an SHTF. It's not like, the grid is officially gone down forever and it's never going to come back up. I know, mother with dragons tattoo. I feel that. Well, we're in like a dispute. It's almost a stalker level, the amount of reports about us. So, we are actually pressing like stalking restraining order. Well, pretty much a cease and desist at first, and then we'll go from there. So, unfortunately, uh, yeah, it's been very interesting. Make sure your car has a minimal half tank. I would definitely say at least a full tank. And please, for the love of mercy, because this did happen during the Texas freeze, even if your garage door is open, do not start your car inside your garage to keep warm. People passed away and died inside of their cars thinking because the garage door was open that they were not going to suffocate in their own cars, and they did. So, understand that there was a lot of fatal mistakes made during the Texas freeze. Pull your vehicle out. Pull it out. Do not go outside if you don't have to. Do not let more cold air into your home unless you absolutely have to. There's just very little things, little tiny things you can do that save the heat in your house, allow you to save a little bit more fuel resources, and allows you to just be able to glide through it a little bit easier, I guess would be the term I would use. We have a greenhouse, so we have food ready in there. Nice, Evan. Who in here still has some preparing to do before the storm gets here? And when does the storm hit for you guys? Some of it's hitting tonight. Funny how things happen. Just when I was getting ready to buy one of those mobile power plants too, said to go down into the teens here. Oh, geez. Nice, Evan. Limited edition prepper. Thank you so much for reminding everyone. Like, if you guys can hit that thumbs up button, it does help a ton. It hits me in Texas tomorrow, Sunday, Saturday. I think Ohio is it Saturday? Late Saturday. One of my favorite preps that I got, I mean, it's too late, um, obviously by shipping methods and stuff, but it's the Vesta. I feel like the Vesta is such a great backup and an easy way to cook indoors. Saturday evening, blankets hanging over the window before bed tonight. Wind is supposed to drop rapidly at 1 a.m. Yep. That's when you're going to want to. Yep. Elle, we were just going over that at the very beginning of the live, and we're definitely going to continue to go over it. Check your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide batteries. Have extra batteries for them. Make sure they are working. That was the number one cause of death during the Texas freeze. Check on your neighbors. Yep. Oh, is it doing ads, Joey? Oh no. Is it bad, guys? Can I change? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hopefully that fixes it. I just turned it down. I've never done a scheduled live over here. I'm going to try to actually schedule 3 lives a week over here. Have your Mr. Buddy heater, know how to use them. Yes. Also, if your vehicles, you're leaving in your vehicles. Okay. I've talked about how my vehicle is prepped, but definitely winter preps are very important. Okay. So make sure that you have like kitty litter. That's a great one, especially if you're starting to spin out. I don't have to have chains in my rig, but when I had a car, I did have chains. Check your tire gauges. I actually have jump packs inside my vehicle and also to inflate your tires, which is it's a little jump pack and it's just an air compressor for my Jeep. Now, the reason why is cold air will actually make your tires go down. So it might read that you have a flat tire. Less air in your tires is actually good. It gives you quite a bit of traction. No ads here. Okay. 12 volt electric blankets. Yes. Yep. Who in here? I've heard some states are completely out of ice melt and some states aren't. Are you in one of the states that is without? I pay for no ads. Wendy's like, I pay for 0 ads, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Yep, tire chains. And if you're not confident in driving in snow, don't. Don't. The emergency systems are going to be overloaded. And there is always going to be people who think that they know how to drive in snow and they have never driven in snow. And they are going to end up causing accidents, and that is going to cause havoc on the system. Honestly, I have no idea how Wisconsin is, but a bunch I have a bunch of stocks, so I wasn't worried about it exactly. Jersey, we are not the Elise near me. Get your meds. Yes. If you need to pick up your prescriptions, do it today. If you have time, do it before the storm comes. Pennsylvania, they are doubling up ice melt and running out. $20 and up for snow shovels. Hi, welcome in, Little Red Hen. Yeah, if you're not an essential worker, keep your butts home unless you have an extreme emergency. I agree with that 100%. So, one of the things a lot of people don't know is so my son was born in Alaska and we were getting slammed with freezes. Okay. And so, when I was 9 months pregnant, we had to make a decision. And because I have rapid labor, they were worried of the risk of me having him on the road because I've had all my kids very, very quickly. And so we had to make choices and we were like, okay, we are going to schedule for this day and I'm just going to go in and the labor and delivery there, they like had to call us and be like, no, it's jam packed. Nope, there's accidents. We have, a bunch of people here. So we're used to like just not going somewhere if the weather is just not okay. And in Alaska, you're always driving on ice. Everything is ice there. New snow actually is better driving conditions than just driving constantly on ice, but you have to make those decisions quickly. And so make sure that you guys are not on the road if you don't have to be on the road. Yeah, emergency services are going to get shut down depending on the severity. If the power lines go out, I mean, we just went through what was it? Was it how many people were without their cell phone? It was like 170,000 people. This could get worse. And just because your roads are salted does not mean it's safe to drive. And stay away from snowplows. I only say this because one advertisement, okay, so not bad. Um, I only say this because it's so important and it's so critical. Snowplows are taking the beat. They can't slow down quickly. You need to stay out of their way. You're a 911 dispatcher and very, very happy I don't have to work tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I bet you are. I still have a landline too. Who in here still has a landline? I still have a landline. And who in here has actually talked to their children about alternate and your spouses, alternate ways of communication? I hope I have this like set up to the right chat. Yes. Okay. Cheryl still has a landline. Calcium chloride. Yep. Your dad in Washington does. We still have a landline. Because a lot of people don't know that your cell phones actually don't automatically give your addresses over to 911 dispatch. Oh, jeez. Yep. All right, Cheryl. Cheryl's on top of it. I have a radio and the wife has one at work in case of an emergency. Yes, perfect. Lynn also has a landline. Hi, Victoria. Welcome in. That's amazing. All right. I think I'm going to start a poll. I want to see. I'm going to start a poll. I just want to see a percentage of how many people in here are in the limelight of this storm coming in. My area of Montana is now on fiber optics. Nice, Cheryl. Wow. 76% are at a yes. Oh, and the number's still going up. Who else is in line? Oh, it's dropping down. I feel like Montana and Utah and Wyoming, we're all a little bit jealous right now. I am a little bit jealous. Oh, we got like hair twisted up. "75% of you guys are in the line of the storm." Wow. "74." Okay, we're dropping. All right, we got 75%. 25% no, they're not in the line of it. 36, only 36 of you guys selected yes or no? Jeez. The ice part is worrying all of us. Yes, because the ice can actually wreak havoc on your power lines. Little Red Hen's like, yeah, no snow to us again. We're in the northwest of the storm. How's it up there, Lynn? So you want to just like really don't don't go out if you don't have to. That's the only biggest recommendation I can have towards anybody is I feel like there's always those people who go out and it causes even more chaos. Aw, thanks, evil girl. I appreciate that. I feel like that's a constant that we see, especially even in hurricanes, right? We'll see people go straight towards the hurricane, the evacuated area, and they always seem to get themselves into trouble. Oh, you can't vote. Oh, I closed the vote. I'm sorry. Very little snow in southeast Idaho. Utah is like dry. Like we have a forest fire. Like we have a fire here right now. Starlink and a solar Jenny. Yes. Schools are already shutting down for tomorrow, which is good because they should. I feel like Utah's like, we're never shutting down school for snow. And they're just like testing the system. We've had like buses like slide past our house. Yesterday they shut the schools down yesterday for tomorrow. Well, at least they get a snow day. How many of you guys have sat aside some entertainment for your kids? Keep things busy, entertained so that they're not so bored and then they can stay occupied. The road that the hill last time, ice, we couldn't get out for 4 days. You'll be stuck for a few days. So, over here, last year we got some snow. It wasn't as much as we would like, but last year I think I pulled and pushed out over 110 cars with our local police here because we live right on the base of a mountain and there's always people in their cars. Like I'm telling you, like a little Mazda little convertible thinking that they can make it up the hill going towards the mountain. And they just come back and then they smash into another car and then they smash into another car. So that's one big thing that we have very much noticed throughout snowstorms. Currently negative 18. Oof. Burr. Lots of board games, ways to keep occupied, keep entertained. How many of you guys have a way to heat up food inside your house when the power goes out? Oh, wow, 97, Harris. Wood stove, lots of wood. Perfect. Lots of sterno. I feel like sterno people over on TikTok, they've, like, never heard of sterno. And others to risk their life to help them. Right? Mother with dragon tattoo, I agree. I mean, we literally, like, watched people, like there was cops flagging people down, and they were just, like, going up and then sliding down, going up, sliding down, and then we would wait, and then there was, like, a group of us, it was, like, me and 6 other guys and, like, 10 other officers. We were, like, pushing cars out of the way or pushing them up onto the curb so that they were not in line of fire, and people just don't get it unless they've been around a lot of snow. Wet conditions are slick, and they just don't get it. Ooh, Prepper Santa hooked you guys up this year with new packs of cards. Nice. Very nice, Marianne. You have sterno? Alright. They're prepped to be there for days. The part that worries me is a lot of hospitals have backup generators, but a lot of times there's issues, and you always see it after the fact. When I was over on, Mike's page, they were talking about that their hospitals, their backup generators failed. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome in. Welcome in. We keep a deep freezer right now, -45, where my husband has -50, 8 hours north of me. Oh, jeez. I don't miss that, Amanda. I really don't. I miss the snow, but I do not miss the freeze. Big Eastern power plant outage in 1965. Mom insisted we put sweaters on to stay in the den with the fireplace, board games, toasted hot dogs. Yes. Oh, that's very smart. Hartford, that's very smart. I like that idea. Kentucky nurse says, "Our hospital is almost full and we are worried about what will happen." I guarantee you are. And thank you for being an amazing nurse. I have sterno cans, camping grills, 3 buddy heaters, kerosene heaters. They tested the generators today. Who in here has tested your generators? Please make sure you do that. We do a test. Like, I just went out to the property and tested generator. Make sure you guys test your generators. Knife, have a wonderful night. Outdoor solar lights indoors. Yes, you can use your solar lights. Yes. On the edge of the big blob of cold on the prairies. Jeez. Mhm. I put out anything solar to charge yesterday. Nice. And then also plug it in and do recharges. If you are new coming in from earlier when we first started everything out, make sure you guys, I don't want to hear your flashlights are in a drawer. I'm going to ask you right now, where are your flashlights? In our house, we have one in every single room, putting them out. During a storm, they're all out on the counter. Your phone is not your flashlight. That is a resource. That is a resource for communication. If you use all your battery walking around with a flashlight, then you're going to run through your resource pretty quickly. So, making sure that you have everything, charged, extra batteries, headlamps, lanterns, where are they? Coffee table, kitchen, toilet area. Yes. Thank you. That's amazing, Vanessa. This morning, I mean, I've already ran through sorry, I'm, like, sitting crisscross applesauce, like, this is my knee right here, guys. I already ran a live earlier this morning going over this over on TikTok, and I was, like, absolutely baffled. Blue Eddy is ready to go, fully charged. Let's go. Jackery's over here. They're always charged. I see 3 flashlights from where I'm sitting recharged. Perfect. Sitting on my dresser. Plus a pen type flashlight. Who in here has prepared your animals, your outdoor animals for the cold? Mars Planet's like, we're getting ready for snow. I'm a little jealous over the snow. I won't lie. Next to my bed, desk, living room, extras ready to go in, cabinets, dining room, 8 candlesticks. Oh, nice. Very nice, kitty. We have them plugged in a couple of rooms and the halls. They come in automatically. When electricity goes out, my headlamp besides me on my bed. Oh, I like that. Upstate New York, we haven't gotten really in 3 years. Yeah. 2 cats always indoors, lots of blankets. Victoria, thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate it. That means a lot. That was very, very kind of you. Cheryl, I have 100 Yankee bath. Cheryl, do we need to talk about why you have 100 Yankee candles and do they smell good? Because I feel like that was quite an investment. I am very for this. Hi, Tree. Welcome in. Animals are bedded down, deep bedding, extra bedding. Even here, like we keep going up and down. Hi, Chrissy. Welcome in. Chrissy, she lives in Ohio. The last time she got hit with the storm, Chrissy, was it 2 weeks you were without power? She is very, very rural and she has been on it, made sure that she cleaned up everything. She has all their meals ready, everything's recharged, those kind of things. We were just talking about that yesterday. Yankee Candle is due north of if it's here. Oh, nice. I've always had a lot of questions about that, Vanessa. No need. No, you need more than 200 Yankees. The more the merrier. I like this. I'm learning something new. Teresa, thank you so much for the gift. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That was very kind. Yeah, get your laundry done now. I mean, I've kind of been a little bit jealous of what, everyone else is getting ready. I mean, I went out and refilled our nesting boxes up, made sure all my chickens water and everything was all done perfectly and everything was brought inside. And I'm like, we're not even going to get the snow. We're doing laundry right now. Let's go. Perfect. I'm not the only one. You are not the only one, Cheryl. I really do enjoy the community we have built here. Chickens and turkeys are good. Okay, I have a question. Do any of you guys have ducks? I have ducks. My ducks are insane. Anybody else? When a storm is brewing or a cold freeze is coming in, my ducks like to go outside and challenge the weather like they are having a seance. You want to get them next and sheep? Yeah, Hawthorne. Charlie is more like my reasonable duck. Charlie, his name is Charlie. His name originally was Charlotte, and we found out he was a Drake. Um, Charlie likes to keep everyone else in line, but Hawthorne goes straight out. They've been yapping all day. Yes, Christina. My ducks literally like run into the apocalypse. They're like quack, 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 like loud. I'm like, stop ratting us out. 3 farms have ducks near me, and I buy duck eggs from them. Oh, that's amazing. Duck eggs are amazing, especially with baking. Who in here has their meals that are ready to eat available to you guys? during this storm. Do you guys know what you're cooking? Tell me what you are cooking. If you need ideas, I got you too. Christina's like, I do. Chrissy does. Chrissy's been focused on canning meals in a jar. We've done a lot of meals lately. Duck egg pasta. What's your recipe? Is it delicious? You got your canned foods, snacks, anything warm to stay ready. Who in here prepped water, my friends? What if your water lines freeze? Do you have your water set aside? Soups, chili, snacks. Is there a lot of people with bread, milk, and eggs that all disappear off the shelf? The reason why I ask is a lot of people make a lot of French toast during the snowstorms. I still haven't figured that out. A deep well, that's what we're getting ready to dig, is our well. I'm working on making our own dry cream of soups. I love that for you. Sorry, I have to sometimes give you guys a little ASMR. It's fun. Wind chill is supposed to be negative 21. Oh, Chrissy, those are the days. Chrissy, you got your windows sealed up? I'm telling you, those wind chills, that's what gets your house. We have been baking bread, biscuits to go in the meals with the jars. I love that. Let's go, Teresa. You know where your utilities are? Yes, that's a great question. So I am actually going to turn you, do not judge. Okay, it's a mess in here. Okay, it's a mess. All right. But for instance, because I have a lot of seeds and stuff. I just got my seeds in for spring, so it's a little chaotic in here. But over in this direction, I am moving my entire thing. Don't mind the trees there. But you see the hole? The hole in the wall? Yes. That hole in the wall is what you think it is. That is our water shutoff valve. Make sure you guys know where your water shutoff valves are. Make sure you know where you can turn off your utilities at in case of an emergency. We already have 2 feet of snow. Michigan winter is already in effect. I'm a little jealous, Forest Guy. Utah is struggling. Oh, you don't even want to know the seeds. Like, I'm so ready. Once you guys see these, you guys will y'all will crash out. All right, look at this. We don't judge. We're not. Zero judgment. Don't worry. There's like 29 more stacks because because this year we're expanding the garden out onto the property. There's a lot. You know what? We don't need to judge. See, there's a problem. And they're all on my desk right there. Yeah, there's a lot going on over here. Okay. And they have to go into my binder. I have a binder that I organize my seeds in, but right now we're just not there because, we keep getting. Chrissy, I was showing it earlier this morning. We keep getting once in a lifetime events, right? It's news article after news article. You got Greenland, you got Canada, you got Trump, you got ICE, you got Venezuela, you got sorry, I have to do it now because somebody is going to get their panties in a bunch and I don't care whose feelings I hurt. I'm going to say Iran because only in the last like 10 to 15 years they started calling it Iran. I'm going to say Iran. They're the world's cousin Eddie, okay? They like to blow shit up. There's nothing else I can say that's like nice about it. You got them going on. You got Russia. You got North Korea. You got China. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and it's just like story after story after story. And then now we have a natural disaster, and that is one of the things that we prep the heavilies for, right? You can prep for SHTF. You can prep for an EMP. You can prep for the grid to go down, all different types of events. But if you have not prepped your house for natural disasters, this is your wake up time. You got maybe a couple of hours, so I need you to go do some stuff. We just picked up another FAFO Airborne. That's my husband. We just picked up another 100-pound propane tank, which equals 100 pounds of propane liquid volume. He does all of the fuel. You got your seeds from Seeds and Such? What's Seeds and Such? Is it good? In here, there's a lot of cover ground seeds. And it doesn't apply to what's going on with the winter storm. But anyways, it's to put nutrients into the ground. Good tip from someone earlier, knock your water valve off and the water goes off. Drain your internal pipes to stop them from freezing, internal damage due to frozen pipes. Yes. So Winnie, either A, you can try to keep your house warm and keep the water flowing. B, you can actually shut it off. So one of the ways to shut off, which not a lot of people know how to do, to keep internal damage, because not all houses. Iran, you are a funny queen. I am. I'm pretty comical. And I'm still going to call it Iraq too. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's one shithole to the next shithole. And I don't care. I really don't care whose feelings it hurts. But a lot of people don't know that you can turn off your water valve switch, okay? And then you go and you can run all the water through your lines. However, the only thing that can pose a threat to that is from the main water valve off the city line into your home can freeze. And that can cause issues later on. So you can turn off your water, but you have to make sure that you like actually drain out your system. But if you don't have enough water storage inside internally in your house, then you're putting yourself at risk for that line to actually freeze, so that when you do turn it back on, actually the system it can't flow into your house, and that could actually cause a break under the ground. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, we have a shut off switch over here. I just used it yesterday because we just replaced a dishwasher. I am a little funny. Thanks, Mother Dragons. Make sure that you guys do know where all your shutoffs are, because if something does break, it could get worse. So understanding where your shutoff valves are, say if your lines break and all of a sudden you got a catastrophe going on, shut off your water. Who in here knows where all your shutoff valves are? You use heat tape. Nice. Make sure you... I liked your message, Lynn. Go for it. Chrissy knows where hers are. Who else knows? Very curious. KT knows. Perfect. I installed mine, so I hope I know. That is always a great question. I feel like I will be learning a ton out at the property. There's things that I'm learning. I'm learning about, solar, the pump, having a generator, a backup generator for our well house. Your house was only built with one main to the toilet, sink, and nothing else. I think we have an outdoor shut off, but we also have our indoor one. That's what's in my room. Oh, my feet are falling asleep. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. Remember, all season snow tires are not snow tires. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Pappy, for saying that out loud. Make sure your shutoffs actually work. Ours wouldn't budge shortly after we bought the house and since has been replaced. Yeah, I would definitely make sure that you can do that. Christina, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, I did add you as a moderator. Good. I'm trying to get better at making sure my moderators from TikTok are over here. Yes, four-wheel drive does not mean four-way stop. Drive slow. Honestly, don't go on the freaking roads if you don't have to. And if you're not a seasoned driver in the snow, I'm talking to you guys in the South. Please do not drive in the snow if you don't get snow very often. It is risky, and I don't want you to get hurt. Life with the knees. Hello, hello. Our water shutoff is 2 football fields away from the house. I'm getting a little bit of the Walking Dead walking and holding hands vibe. Kathy? Kathy, did you mean to say stay home and naked cookies or bake cookies? I think that's my favorite comment ever. Please do not retract that. That was amazing. Just stay home, nothing more important. Naked cookies. This is going to be my new motto for every snowstorm. Stay home and naked cookies. Sounds about right. If it snows, don't go. Not Bushwookies, not the Doomsday or ASMR. I feel like sometimes people do not like my personality because I am a lot. I'm very blunt and abrupt, and that is just who I am. I will tell you how it is, and some people just don't like it. You canned a bunch from the freezer so it doesn't go bad. Mars Planet, very smart. Very, very smart. But I'm all for it. Kathy, you are totally fine. I have a really good sense of humor. And I'm very blunt. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people who should not drive in the snow. Traditional of storm chips. Oh, okay. And I always just try to make sure that people understand that there is just different ways that you can go about it. Boredom is one of the number one things that will actually cause you to waste your resources, and staying busy, staying occupied. Remember, if you're prepping for one scenario, you could be prepping for 50 other scenarios. You will live without a cell phone, but you will freeze to death without heat. So if you hold a $1,000 cell phone and you have not invested in anything to help keep you warm, I think we adjust our priorities. That's just my opinion. Transportation departments spreading sand on the interstate, 2 rednecks in the pack pick up with shovels, no sand trucks. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I can get with this. I can get with this. You got some Lego kits? All right. For all my little preppers out there, I've been looking for a certain Lego kit. Tell me if you know anyone where I can find it. I really do want the Stranger Things Lego kit, and it sold out. So if any of you guys pick that one up and you're done with it after the storm, I would like to buy that off of you. Sorry. Anywho, back to the non-ASMR. What Lego kits did you pick up? You had one buddy. They had one buddy heater left at your Sam's today, Kathy. I preach buddy heaters, Vestas, Embers, so many different resources throughout the entire year. And it's always once there's a storm, people are like, I don't have anything. Negative 48 degrees. Oh, hell no. In Canada right now. How are you holding up, Kenzie? No. There's been days like that, and I don't like that. I will tell you right now, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I've seen negative 30, but I've never seen negative 35 and above. Well, below, technically. Rednecks make the best neighbors. Rednecks make the best neighbors and some of the best preppers. I'm going to tell you, you can get some things done. If you are under a no travel advisory and have accident insurance companies, can use that a reason not to cover your accident. True. If you're not an essential worker, don't go out. That is my biggest thing is just you don't need to go out. How old am I? How old am I? I can barely get 48 degrees in the desert here. Is negative 50. Oh, hell no. I don't like that. The Dakotas, Wisconsin, and parts of Michigan are supposed to be negative 55 and trees can explode because the water inside is freezing. Chrissy, that's what we were discussing this morning. I didn't know about exploding trees. I've never witnessed that. Can I get a mute for miss you? Thank you so much. I see that you are desperate and you are very lonely. Sadly, I am not the content creator for you. So go ask your mom for some pizza pockets or something. And yeah, good luck. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for getting rid of him. Anyways, trolls can't handle the way I troll back. If you prep constantly, these events happen. It makes things so much easier. I agree, Teresa. You didn't stress much because you kept up prepping, right? We don't want to get that prepping burnout, that fatigue. We always want to know that there is, yeah, negative 55 sounds like utter hell. No, thank you. Yes, your trees get crazy sound when the temperatures change drastically. Where are you from? Mechanical systems are fragile. I agree, Lynn, 100%. Definitely prepping makes tough times more of an inconvenience. Yeah. I definitely believe that the more you prep, the better you feel. Like even over here, today when we were going over, sterno cans, I found out a lot of people did not know that sterno is completely safe to use as an indoor cooking method. And some people were like, "Do you have like 10 containers?" And I was like, "I have like 300." Why? I mean, I use them. I use them when I'm outdoors, like, and also it's always great to have a backup to your backup. It's been negative 24 here before, and I did not appreciate that. Right? I know. That's where I was sitting there. I was like, I've seen negative 30. My husband FAFO in here, he's actually been up like to the North Pole. And how cold was it there? It was really cold. I remember he sent some photos. The negatives are crazy. The further north you go. Yes, run your dryer, yep, so that it doesn't get built up. Yeah, it was close to negative 50. That's why when people are like, it's negative 40, 48 degrees, I was like, damn, that's cold. That's that real cold, guys. Hold on, I'm getting a notification from my daughter's dance. It was actually colder here than it was in Antarctica. Shut the front door, for real? I would definitely trust FAFO when it comes to fuel resources. So he has dealt with fueling for 20 years in the military, and they would run Arctic missions. And so he's very, very, very knowledgeable when it comes to fuel. I thank you. Logain, thank you for doing that. I had a lot of people come to me and they're like, "Well, you can heat your house with a candle and a clay pot." And I was like, I mean, you can heat a small area. Yes, you can increase the heat and you can potentially get some BTUs to actually like elevate the temperature in an area. But if you have kids, Kelly, thank you so much for becoming a member. Um, I try to really encourage people to understand that there are so many other methods out there that are just a little bit more productive just because you watch some random TikTok that says use this and it's going to keep this entire room warm. Most of it is clickbait and most of the time the stuff doesn't work as unique or as good as it should. This is going to be a wild, scary storm, especially for the massive temperature changes, drastic decreases with the snow, ice. Be careful. Yep. You're just outside of Milwaukee in Wisconsin. Okay. We need this. Your daughter, meh. And it's safer. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize like sterno cans. Let me find the stoves. Like I was showing people today. I highly like suggest people prep for like if the power does go out, like how are you going to cook? So one, a lot of people did not know about this. Okay. Don't understand. I feel like maybe I've gate kept. I don't know. But it's just a sterno stovetop. They're like 10 bucks. They're so simple and sturdy and easy to use, and you can cook indoors, and it's very, very safe. And the number of people that died during the Texas freeze was baffling. FAFO, thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate it. That was very kind. Other ones. This is Avesta. Avesta is an alternate method to heat a room. You use it with sterno. It looks like this. Now you guys can tell. Like I've used this quite a bit. It is dirty. I do use it. I've used it to cook on live stream, showing people how to do freeze dried food if the power was to go out. Those are the kind of live streams that I host over on TikTok and here. I want you guys to feel confident in your preps, and I don't want you to hoard your preps. I want you to use them, get comfortable with them, and understand that they all serve a value, and it's not just for the apocalypse. So this one can hold up to like 3 sterno. Sorry, that was loud. 3 sterno cans, and you can cook safely indoors. Also, comes with this little bag on top. This is the cool part. Now, is it a little too late because the storm is like here? Yeah. You see it? Now I'm going to allow you guys to look inside and see from right there. You see the fan? It's a heat activated fan. And so what happens is the heat rises, the fan pushes the heat out, and you can use it as like an indoor little furnace. And that runs completely off of sterno, which then allows you to save on your propane, etc. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Teresa just sent out 5 Doomsday Queen memberships. Oh my gosh, you guys, make sure you guys say thank you to Teresa. Holy cow. Thank you. Oh my gosh. She sent Chrissy one. She sent White Wolf Tactical, Thomas, LNL Homestead, Tamara, Shadow. Jeez, wow, that was so kind of you. I have one of those sternos for my car kit for a couple of decades. Yes, they last a very long time. Good evening in Ontario, Canada. We waited for a school bus stop in -30. No. Absolutely not. Just put my can under my burner on my gas stove. I mean, you could. You could put it under the iron part on your gas stove. Yeah, just make sure your gas is off. That's totally, yeah. Mars Planet, very smart. Very smart. That was very, very nice. Holy cow. Did everybody in here say thank you to Teresa? That was very kind of her. We have been getting snow for the last 4 days. Where are you at, Alan? Or general side? of the country or what country you're in. Oh, Southern Ontario? Okay, so you guys have been getting slammed first. You guys have been the first ones on the slamming. Mars planets, like, send it our way. I wish Utah had some snow right now. I'm like, I'm a little jealous. It's not good to be jealous like this. Tomorrow, Ontario will be the coldest place on earth. That's insane. And how, okay, all my Canadian friends in here, for those in the south of the United States that aren't ready for the snow and the cold, what are some of your tips that you recommend to everybody else? I've already recommended a ton of tips from living up north, but y'all are the OGs of it. Oh, Code Red, it doesn't have you as a mod. There we go, Code Red. We usually get slammed walk-ins, but we barely get any snow. -21 in northern Minnesota right now. Wow. Sorry, I keep tapping the screen. I'm trying to like read the comments. I'm on a well, so I have a generator that takes 3 kinds of power: solar, gas, and generator. Oh, I love that. -47 tomorrow in Milwaukee. Oh, we love you too. Do not hook generators to your electrical system without a safety bypass switch. Yes, thank you so much, Pappy, for that. Code Red, check the manufacturer on it and see if it could be an electric e-lighter. Wait, what did Code Red say before? We got a lot of people in here from Milwaukee. I mean, is it too soon to say maybe? Is it too soon to say maybe the freeze is going to slow down the Civil War? Or did I cross that line? Sorry, I am very sarcastic. You just got a house generator. Those are really nice. If you haven't, get a fire extinguisher. Fires do happen when power goes out all the time. Yes. Surge protectors. That is one we did not talk about. Hold up. Let me get my list back out. I have a whole list that's like right here for you guys. Surge protectors. When that power flickers back on and off, it is going to wreak havoc on your systems. That is so, Brandon, that's what we were talking about earlier, and we talked about it all this morning too. Down in Texas, what Brandon's saying is 100% true. A lot of people died from having generators in their home during the snow, during the 2021 Texas freeze. Do not bring your generators inside your house. If you have a solar inverter, you can bring that in, but you cannot bring a generator in. Nope. There's a safety mechanism that does not allow gas to flow. Imagine finding out when the power goes out, right? And a lot of people did not know that your generators, your fuel-based ones, there's a lot of people out there that just were not educated in it. Do not understand that they have an exhaust, and that exhaust, like they had it parked literally right next to their window. You were there for you use. Oh, wow. Yeah, don't assume your gas stove will run if your power goes out. Test it. Just bought my husband a Craftsman inverter for his tool batteries, and he collects tool batteries, and I collect preps. I like that, Mars Planet. Watching from Michigan, you're all prepped up. Let's go, Alan. Let's give it a round of applause for those who are actually prepped up and ready to go. We're at negative 40s. Trader, are you up in Canada? Has been checked. It would need to be complete refit. Oh, wow. That's insane. Oh, man. So layers, layers, layers. If you work up outside, cover your skin. Yes. Definitely do that. Your exhaust in your car will warm up your car. Yes. We were just talking about that AVV. So I was telling people, I was like, if your power goes out and you are cold, and people did this in Texas, they went into their cars to get warm inside their garage. Even though the garage door was open, people died. Do not warm up in your car just only with the door open. You need to remove your vehicle out. Okay. It is very, very dangerous. Do not turn your car on inside your garage. Yeah, make sure that tailpipe is clear if outside. Yep. It is. So now we have other preps for cooking. Found out with a big ice storm in Texas and you were pissed. Oh, so this is the way you found out before. Generators have to be outside 12 feet from your window. Yep. They have a carbon monoxide that shuts off and down when it gets high. Not all generators do have that setting on there, but make sure that you do not have it near your windows. Some do, but some don't. The only reason why I know is we were running our generator, and so was one of my moderators during a hunting trip, and it was releasing fumes into the trailer, and it was quite a bit of ways away. You want to make sure that you turn that completely away. Give your where you are staying, wherever you are warming up, give it some room, guys. You want fresh oxygen. Ooh, you have a heated vest. These are all really great points. I love the fact that you brought this up. AVV and Fran, like seriously, these are perfect conversations. Yep. Make sure you know how to turn off your water in your house. If your pipes do burst, unfortunately, at least shut the water off at the source. Yep. That is one of the big ones. You can shut the water off at the source. It's a big deal, guys. Like, I've never had my pipes burst, but I've seen it. Inspect power cords from generators. Is my live stream frozen? Big Head Empire? Is it frozen? No, we're good. No, we're good. Okay, hold on. We're all good, not frozen. Okay, just a refresh. Refresh big. Thank you so much, Alan. Oh, you had to refresh. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Put a couple of bags of Potter soil over your house water meter. Oh, nice. That's unique. Oh, don't forget. Don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate that, little redhead. Good evening. How are you, Mike? It is nighttime. We are getting prepared for that big, huge snowstorm that's supposed to be coming in from up north and riddle the United States. So I've been like managing, natural disaster lives all day long. As you guys can tell, like I am a little tired, but it's like breaking news, this and this and this. I feel like we've never slowed down in the last like 2 weeks. 2026 has been a dumpster fire. Code Red, thank you so much for the gift. That was amazing. Thank you so much for the you are amazing. That was very, very, very kind of you. Mine did that earlier. It was rewinding the live and commenting like I was still in the live. Oh, I know. Isn't that kind of crazy? Leave faucets running a bit to prevent the pipes from freezing. Yep, that's a big one. Little extra prevention always helps. Hello, EJ. How are you, my sweet friend? Stopping by to say hi to friends. Hi, Jordan. You'll be back after baseball if I'm still live. We should be live. Ryan is predicting 11.5 for us by Tuesday. Oh, wow. We definitely are going to see a lot of things change, and I'm going to try to keep things updated as much as possible during all of these storms, right? Where we talk about how many people are without power, the things that we can do, we can change. We always take events that happen and we readjust our prepping. Oh, I've never watched them. It's very important though that you guys do really do take what happens. If your area gets hit with a freeze, there's a high possibility at some point in your lifetime you'll get hit with another freeze. Who in here all went through the Texas freeze? Jordan, thank you so much for becoming a member and joining the team. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Britt says yes. Currently going through our canned food, maybe a little bit more tomorrow. And then if you can find them, yep. I watched from Canada just wanting to help and the animals. I feel that, Alicia. Like that was a hard one. I was hosting live streams back then and I was trying to like keep people updated with the freeze and then people lost power. And when we started getting fatality, oh, a prep fell. That was actually these we keep at the front door because it gets pretty cold. My husband's blue collar. We always keep extras. You did. Texas is only 20 minutes. That's winter in Canada. Yeah, I know. It's hard because when you've gone through freezes, but then you see areas that haven't been riddled with freezes, that's the part you start getting nervous. Please, please, please check on your older neighbors. Please don't be selfish. If somebody is truly struggling, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Like I say all the time, if the grid was to go down and it was, let's say, an EMP, a hacking situation, would I share my preps? Absolutely not. Natural disasters, 100%. Always, always, always. Yeah, I would be rationing right off the rip, but please, please, please check on your neighbors. We had the power go out here before. One of my friends called. Her parents were elderly. They were worried. They were like, their house is getting really, really cold. It was very cold last year when the power went out. I had extra buddy heaters. I went and set them up. The power was only out for a bit. I think it was like 6 hours or something. It wasn't very long. But they were able to stay warm. So save the selfishness for SHTF. We don't have to do it. The trade-off is the southern summers. Yep. Oh, you guys get the backlash of the storm next week? Yeah, save the selfishness for when it's due, but not every event is due for selfishness. If a lot of people don't know, during Hurricane Helene, we actually had some of our part of our team over on TikTok. They were in the middle of Hurricane Helene, and it was the preppers who were the ones who were actually helping people. We're always told that preppers are the selfish ones, the ones that will not help, that we hoard everything, and they were the ones that were helping. Remember, the government will not come save you. You can only save yourself. So be kind to each other. Are you guys ready for that backlash? Is it going to make it over the pond to you guys? I think we're going to schedule. I'm going to ask everybody in here what works better for lives for you guys on YouTube, morning or afternoon or evening? I always do morning lives on TikTok. That's amazing, Lynn. Evening? I feel like YouTube is definitely more evening. Never ready country wise, but for you preppers are. Mars Planet's like, I see you in the morning on TikTok. I do. I always do a morning TikTok. Alicia, you normally miss the morning TikToks. Okay, so we'll do an evening ones over here and I'll just schedule specific dates. I'm trying to actually develop a little bit better of a work life balance because I do balance Facebook, YouTube, IG, TikTok, and I'm trying to balance it. And so I'm actually trying to make myself a schedule that is more concise. Evening, late evening. And I want to be more permanent over here. So like 3 times a week. I already do 7 days a week on TikTok. Evening, you normally can only listen during the day because of work. Yep. Hello, LKM. Good night, UK Urban Prepper. You guys give him a follow. That I just was on a live with him yesterday. Might have been 2 days ago, just depending on his time zone. But I was just on his live with him yesterday when we were talking about Greenland, Trump, everything going on. We kind of really deep dived in on things that we think or different conspiracy theories. I refuse to download TikTok. That's fine. That's fine. I am not going to judge. Definitely be on YouTube more. I really do love YouTube. It just takes so long to upload a video. And I swear, every time I upload a video, I'll record it like days before, hours before, 6 hours before, right? And then I'll upload it. It takes like an hour. And when it loads, guys, all preppers kind of talk around the same subjects because everything is happening in rapid fire for us. And yeah, TikTok was sold today, I believe. Yep. Um, and so then we'll end up kind of in the same subjects, and then people will like, "You're copying so and so," and it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Y'all realize it takes like an hour for us to upload? Like, none of us are really copying each other unless the video's been up for like, I guess, days, maybe." But I'm going to become way more consistent here. Way more consistent. I love TikTok. TikTok is one of the places where I got my start. I'm very loyal to those people who got me to where I am. But also, there is a time to grow. And the parts that really are a struggle for us is I deal with a lot of baby preppers, and there's nothing wrong with baby preppers. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's so important and it's so critical. However, I feel like I end up on the same repeated conversation over and over, and we can't go further. We can't continue to go one step, one step, one step. So I really do love that as like the gateway to like pull people in and make them join a cult. If you want to join a prepper cult, that's the best way to go about it is TikTok. Snap quick, they pulls them in, those reels, it's like clickbait. It's the same with like a good thumbnail over here. Repeating the same thing. Yeah, it is very draining because I'm like, I can't tell you how many times I have discussed Mylar in 5 years. We're talking hundreds of thousands of times. I've probably hosted a live showing people step by step on how to Mylar their food. My moderators are in here. How many lives do you think I've hosted showing how to Mylar food in the last like 5 years? Live streaming. There's only 365 days in a year. And I guarantee it's thousands. Thousands. Okay, I was like, I have heard the Mylar chat about 1,000 times. I know you taught me. Oh, I taught you how to do it? Oh, well, I love that. I love that you do that. Brit's like, "I'm not a mod." Like, tons. And I think it's like it just continuously repeats, and I really love it over here. I am still emotionally very attached to TikTok because that's where all my people are. And over here, it's like a baby fresh account. However, we can go into more depth. We can talk about subjects, right? And yeah, we literally just Mylard last week. Yep. Earlier, was it Saturday? I don't even know. It was Saturday. We can talk more geopolitical, but I'm still going to remain neutral. Okay. There's things that I see that are good about different leaders and bad about different leaders. We can't be so emotionally hung up on everything. Um, it's like preppers who only prep for elections. It drives me nuts. It makes me actually lose my bearing. And I would like to build more here. I would. Oh, I helped your wife get on board on TikTok. I feel like TikTok's my gateway drug for people. Like, you just come. Do you want one? Would you like one? Would you like to pick up one seed pack? Let me teach you how to grow it. Dominic, I still love your video on making hardtack. That was one of my first videos over here. I appreciate you saying that. This platform also doesn't give me constant violations. So over there, we are under siege in a sense. They have implemented AI into live streaming. So currently, right now, I receive probably 9 violations a week minimum because AI. And that is one of the big sole reasons that I am probably going to pull over here way more and probably become more of a consistent streamer here than over there. Because I can't have the normal conversations. I can't. I can't tell you, oh, yeah, I found this item at that store for pennies on the dollar. Good night, 96 Harris. I get a lot of violations for no reason. But that's also because I think the government runs TikTok. I mean, look at their White House page. Oh, I've streamed on Twitch, but I don't have a prepper account over there. And on Kick, I know Twitch isn't as restrictive, but a lot of other social media apps are getting very, 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 very restrictive. We get 2 a day, right, Brit? So hopefully we can be more consistent over here. I am actually Laser BR in here. That's my moderator, Joey. He's actually helping me build a schedule right now to line up when I will consistently stream so that it's already up on here. You'll get a notification that it's going to be live from this time to this time. And we're going to be really more consistent. So I have lost my shit on TikTok so many times. I am surprised I still have an account, and I have no idea how I have almost 300,000 followers over there. No idea. I lose my temper all the time. You help me and get my best friend prepped with the $5 Fridays. I want to go back to $5 Fridays, but the dollar store keeps raising their prices, and I feel like it gets a little repetitive because I'm constantly looking for lower and lower prices. I'm gonna try my best. We don't have an Aldi's here, and I feel like we don't share a lot of the same stores. You like listening to my current event updates on TikTok from you? Here on YouTube, when I talk about current events the same way I do on TikTok, I lose like 40 followers like in like 5 minutes. Everyone gets really, really emotional. You've been watching me since Frugal? Nice. Nice, Alan. I love that. They get really emotional over here. I don't know. YouTube, it kind of scares me. Is that normal? Is this like the normal relationship of YouTube? Like, I like you today, I unfollow you tomorrow. You hurt my feelings, I unfollow you. I refollow you, I come back, I leave you a hate comment. My haters here, y'all are so consistent. Y'all come in every video. I might have to change it to $10 Fridays. I know. I'd like to see the prices come down, but it is getting tougher and tougher for $5. I'm a bit jealous TikTok always gets the small canning stuff. I do the canning reels over here, but it's every time I do a canning video, like a long form, I get no views. I get no views. I don't know how to change that. Is there something I'm doing, like, maybe thumbnail wise that doesn't appeal to you guys? Canadian Prepper's pretty cool. He's pretty awesome. I appreciate what he's done for me. He's been very helpful. He's like, "Why don't you transition?" And he's been nothing but extremely kind. Very, very smart too. Very, very, very intelligent. I doubt you'll see. I don't think prices will come down. Okay, so JB, I love that you brought up this subject, okay? So here's the thing. Prepping should not be gate kept. Okay? There's no gatekeeping in this. There's no reason for it. See, here's the reason why I believe prepper content now I would make sure that you're like cautious about it, right? Like you guys don't know where my property is. Is there's the people that figured out where I'm at? Yeah. Do they have the resources to track me down across 5 state lines and all the I mean, that's a lot of time to invest to track down one person. You'd have a better chance of raiding your local Walmart or Costco than coming to my house. Um, yeah, way better chances of survival. Um, However, the big part that a lot of people don't realize is I teach this and talk about prepping out of pure selfishness. I am very honest with you. I will not beat around the bush. One more person prepped is one less person I got to worry about. That is the reason what I do. That is the reason why my grandma was the same way. My grandma's friends were the same way, why they taught people how to can, grow their food, do all of these things. It was out of selfishness. And that's one of the reasons why I will do those trendy videos you see pop up and down on the internet where it's a trend and people are making about fashion or dance move or whatever, and I will bring it into prepping. Why? Because I want prepping to stay viral. The more people who prep, the more people who take an interest in self-sufficiency, it's a bigger middle finger to all of your governments and it's a bigger middle finger to the 90%, right? They say the 90% is what, when everything happens, 90% of the population will die. My goal is always to decrease that number to 70%. And I've said that since day one. People go, "Well, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to murder you and take your preps and blah, blah, blah." I mean, I hear it so many times. And I'm like, "Well, don't miss your shot because I won't miss my shot." It's simple. I won't. I train all the time. My husband trains all the time. Our friends train all the time. That's like our favorite thing in the entire world. They're trying to build a shoot house on the property right now just to breach. Give them an object. Most of those veterans have been waiting their entire life for a breaking of entry. You know what I mean? That's like clock in. It's go time. And that's not to be cocky or mean or cruel. It's just to be honest with you. You have a better chance of raiding um, a local store than going to a prepper's house. But self-sufficient is not selfishness. No, no, self-sufficient is not selfishness. I agree. Country. What I say is I'm doing it out of selfishness on prepping is I want more people to be prepared, if that makes sense. The more people that are prepped, the less people we have to worry about banging. Hi, Tamara, banging on a door when something happens. So we see it right now. There's a storm of brewing. People are nervous. You see all the bread, the milk, and the eggs are cleared out of the store. You guys are prepared. Are you guys panicking and at the store? Truthfully. And I definitely agree. Self sufficiency is not selfishness at all. Who in here preps and feels like they should be panicked at the store? I know it's like a good tasty conversation. I feel like we got crickets. If you tell some people that you prep, they look at you like you're a loony. I look at them and say, "You're a damn loony for not prepping." Mhm. That's the part where I say I do it out of selfishness. Not selfishness to, like, hoard or to hold on to things of one more person having at least a 2-week supply of food and water, a way to stay warm, medical. That's just one less person I've got to deal with later on down the line. Country Trumpkin, that would be a very good indicator. I like the comedy in here. I'm digging it. Y'all got some good sense of humor. I lost my house in a wildfire in May of 2023. Started over and I'm getting back to where I was. I'm sorry you lost your house. That's horrible. But I'm glad that you are getting back to where you were. Hartford's got to go feed the family. Stay warm, stay safe out there. I hope you have a wonderful night. I like to go going and pushing a cart and learning and seeing how people act for the future predictor. Oh, yeah. Are you a people watcher too? So I got caught on camera during the pandemic. I was filming people fighting and I got caught. And that's one thing that I like to observe what's happening. I kind of like to take a gauge on it. I'm a baby prepper right now and I have 1 week worth of supplies, bug out, EDC, get home bag, and the storm was coming my way and I would still freak out. JB, you stay on it, you stay prepping, you stay focused, set yourself up goals every month, and I guarantee over time, you're going to freak out a lot less. It allows me not to have to deal with parking lots. I know, I kinda do it out of selfishness. I'm like, I don't wanna be around people who are crazy. It does, Dominic, it does keep you, like, from being able to be part of the chaos. I know, I'm trying to kind of track and see where the storm is moving. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up the storm tracker really quick. Like, I mean, it's coming from down south right now. How bad it could get, like the winter storm warnings. There's like ice storms, winter storm watch, winter weather advisory, winter storm warnings. The major and the extreme areas, that's the one that makes me nervous for people. Power outages, losing power, and somehow Utah is missing everything. We need ice and snow here so bad, you guys. It is unreal. I have a feeling Utah's probably going to see one of the worst fire seasons we've ever seen. Sunday night. Oh, Ryan Hall's doing a 24/7 live stream. Stormwatch. Oh, I bet he is. Yes, Matt's always learning. Did y'all see Leave the World Behind? They use Teslas to jam up an entire transportation grid. Yes, I did see that part. Do you want to see something that's a little leave the world behind right now? You want to see something crazy? Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you. Is Kelly and everybody still in here who witnessed this morning? We had a situation here that is just, I feel like they're going to be pumping people full of propaganda right now. So, I want you guys to think about leave the world behind when the flyers drop from the sky, right? They say it's Iran, they say it's China. You have all of these things, right, that are insinuating somewhere for you to place your blame, correct? I wish I could share a screen on here. I promise you guys, I am going to get a better live streaming setup. I think I'm going OBS again. And if I can do OBS or Streamlabs or something so that we can make these live streams just a little bit more clean and put together. Because YouTube's just, their processing thing is just not, it's just not up to par. However, okay. So this morning, I guess I could show you on my phone would be probably the best way to go about it. All right. So this morning, while I was dropping my son off at school, I was noticing that there was these like pink newspapers everywhere. All right. They were everywhere. And when I left my house, they weren't there. And I drove my son to school. He's like 10 minutes away. I do a drop off for him. I'm driving. I'm getting coffee. I'm about ready to go run my live stream. I'm like, driving around and I start noticing that there is pink newspapers everywhere. Everywhere, thousands of houses. So I go out because I go to the mountain in the morning when I think about which subject. I can't do a screen share yet. I don't know how to do that stuff yet. Okay. I got to get it like put together a little bit better. I got to learn how to run YouTube as smooth as I run TikTok. I'm not there. I'm a little behind the curve over here. So I'm like driving around, doing all of this, and I'm noticing more and more. And I'm getting like out into the middle of nowhere, right? And they have the pink papers everywhere. Okay. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm going to go check this out. Okay. So I pick it up, right? I have never seen this before in my entire life. And you can tell me, yes, they are Chinese, Michael. Okay. So apparently it's some show, right? I was like, oh, interesting. Okay. I'm like, who's paying for this? Like, we're talking thousands of houses. And then I went to the next town over and they had them all on them in their front yard. Okay. So I'm like, what is this? Now I know this sounds a little crazy and you can tell me I'm crazy. It's fine. I accept all the craziness. This is on the back page. Once again, it's about the show. When you go in here, okay, this is a 24-page publication. Okay. Who the hell paid thousands of dollars to randomly have these dropped off? I mean, if this was in the early 2000s and 90s, I'd be like, yeah, everyone gets a newspaper, but nobody really does. Everything is anti-CCP, the Communist Chinese Party. Everything, every page. When I say the craziest stuff that is in here, literally crazy, talking about stealing organ donations and like just crazy things. CCP, China's Communist Party, talking about IRS government investigations in 2023, bomb threats and death threats to their 2025 tour. I'm like, this is one way for me never to buy a ticket to this show. First of all, the show is over an hour from my house, which is weird. Disinformation, lawsuits, CCP supported social media influencers, lawsuits against the headquarters. Like, this is just the craziest thing. Might be poisoned. Oh, shit. Making me nervous. But just as I'm still touching it. I mean, I've touched it like 9 times today. So if I croak, you all know what happened. But I talked about it on TikTok and people are like, that's normal. And I was like, what kind of propaganda do you guys get? Like, yeah, that FAFO is my husband. China communism and the Chinese Communist Party. Literally everywhere. All over our area. Just everywhere. And I was like, are we going to go to war with China? Like, is this like, I mean, I feel like that's probably going to happen inevitably, but is this like the source of what are these pink newspapers? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if he's home. Okay, so he ran a search on it. My husband did. And it says they are not official government papers in the US. They're very intentional. Oh, jeez. Where do they come from? Members of Falun Gong. Is that how you say it? Spiritual group that is banned and persecuted in China. Largely private funded. Eye-catching pink stands out more than the gray or the white. Free distribution, often places without permission, public areas, targeting commuters, colleges, subways, train stations. If you guys ever notice that I do stutter on words, because I know people like really get upset when I stutter on a word. I'm tongue-tied, if you guys did not know that. See? Tongue-tied. So that happens, and sometimes I mispronounce things. US politics framed through hard anti-left and anti-socialism lenses. Yeah. It's straight up though is like some severe propaganda. We're going to throw that over there. Maybe we'll call the FBI and let them know. Largely privated funded donations and supporters. It's weird. They probably have chips in them. Possibility. Isn't that insane? Like, why are they not like left on so many people's? I'm brain tied sometimes. That's okay. Yeah, I'm like seriously tongue tied though. So sometimes when I talk so fast, something happens. Born that way. I want to get it clipped and it scares me. Something about letting somebody take scissors while you're awake to clip your tongue, it freaks me out. That Sheen whatever dance group was just in DC in the areas around Christmas time. Did you guys get a ton of like, did you guys get pamphlets and stuff like that, Tamara? They don't do that anymore. They do a laser? Okay, I'd be down for a laser. I can tell you right now, all the way up through high school, they tried to give me Valium and tried to snip it, and I would panic. I was like, "Oh, no. No." Has his speech, like, improved? It definitely is messed up, but a lot of people were like, "No, this is totally normal," and I was like, "I've never had propaganda like that." I mean, you obviously see election propaganda, left versus right, green versus purple, yellow versus magenta. Who the hell cares at this point, right? You see all that kind of propaganda, but this one was different. And I was like, when I read it, I was like, first of all, I would never go to that event ever. They were in Houston too. No pink papers, but lots of billboards. It was scary. Oh, jeez. Nope, not in the mountains of Virginia. They don't want to come out this far. True, true. That makes sense. Good night. Have fun. Enjoy your evening. Stay safe out there. I hope everyone stays very safe during this winter storm. We will be back live tomorrow morning on YouTube. Oh, wait. TikTok afternoon. We'll do evening again. How about that? Morning TikTok, evening YouTube. We're going to balance this out. It's like the movie. That's what I said. FAFO, that's what I said. I was like, this is giving leave the world behind vibes. Good night, everybody. I am going to close down the live. So if you have any last things that you guys want to say before I head out, I hope you guys stay safe, stay warm, get those preps in. Don't only buy stuff to make French toast, okay? Make sure that you regas up your vehicles. Make sure you have enough propane. Make sure you have a way to stay warm. And please turn on your generators and make sure that they run. Do not wait for a storm. Good night, everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And everyone, be safe, make good choices. If you don't have to drive during the storm, don't drive, stay inside. And as always, stay aware, stay prepared, and always have your head on a swivel.